U.S. Customs and Border Protection is saying that they're having to catch and release some migrants without giving them any kind of COVID test. Is there anything being done at the federal level to make sure that this is not contributing to the spread of coronavirus in this country?
Well, certainly the reason we've put in a number of protections in terms of travel and otherwise is to keep the American people safe. But I'd certainly point you to the Department of Homeland Security for more specifics about what's happening at the border.
Circle back. All right, the White House deflecting on concerns from Border Patrol over President Biden's restoration of catch and release. This, as the president calls to welcome as many as 125,000 refugees a year. I got it figured out finally. Former acting CBP Commissioner Mark Morgan has warned against these policies. He joins us now. Mark, thanks so much for being here. So when you hear these types of answers from Jen Psaki and you see that their plans effectively are sending a signal of open borders, what's your reaction?
You know, I'm very frustrated because they're clearly misleading the American people to really drive a political agenda that is putting America second. Look, it's clear. This shouldn't shock anybody that if you send the signals out that our borders are open and if you remove essential tools and policies that clearly have been effective, what are the results going to be? An increase in illegal immigration. Shocker, right? I mean, right now, Pete, we're looking at 3,500 a day trying to illegally enter the United States. Under anybody's definition, those are crisis level numbers. And the White House's response is, well, we're forced into this. Pete, no, they weren't. That's a lie. Mm-hmm. They caused this. And if they would have listened to the experts and the science behind data security, border security, and facts, they would not be doing this. That is the truth.
There are also pushes now for advocates pushing for illegal immigrants to be eligible for COVID vaccines. Talk to me about the COVID angle. Is that causing Border Patrol to release people proactively because they can't hold them? How is this new administration viewing COVID and the border?
No, that's absolutely, again, another false narrative out there. Title 42 is the last policy that still remains. That's the CDC orders that allows Border Patrol to remove people at the border upon apprehension because of COVID-19. And it's been an effective containment mitigation strategy. So that's absolutely false. That's the only thing that's keeping the 3,500 a day from being a full-blown catastrophic crisis. And in California right now, as you said, they're wanting to give illegal immigrants vaccines. Look, not from a law enforcement perspective, just from an American citizen. When are we going to stop with incentives? So you have somebody in Mexico who's waiting for a vaccine, maybe like you and me. Instead, they go, hey, I'll just illegally enter, and I'll get ahead of a line in front of everybody, including every American citizen. While businesses are still not open, schools are still not open, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Real quick, Mark, Texas has sent 10,000 COVID-19 tests to McKinney, the border there. Real quick.
It tells me that the state is stepping up because of the ineffective policies under the Biden administration that's encouraging illegal immigration, and that's absolutely leading to catch and release. They feel they've got no other alternative than to step up to protect their own citizens in their state. It's unbelievable what we're seeing right now.
Amazing. Mark Morgan, thank you very much for your time and the truth.
You bet.
Appreciate it.